Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village surrounded by green hills and fresh air, there lived an old lady. She was not rich. She did not own a big house or fancy clothes. But she was known by everyone in the village for something far more precious. Her kindness, her wisdom, and her never-ending smile. The villagers loved her dearly. Whenever someone felt sad or faced a problem in life, they would come to her small, cozy home to seek advice or simply to sit and talk. One sunny afternoon, a young man from the village came to visit her. He had been going through some difficult days. He had lost his job and was struggling to provide for his family. And he couldn't help but wonder, how could this old lady remain happy all the time? Even when bad things happened, she never seemed sad. Did she not feel bad when life went wrong? He finally gathered his courage and asked softly, "Grandmother, I have a question. Why are you always happy, even when bad things happen? Don't you ever feel bad when life goes wrong?" The old lady looked at him with gentle eyes and a warm smile spread across her face. "My dear," she said slowly, "life is full of ups and downs. Some days are good, some days are bad, but I learned a long time ago that true happiness comes from inside, not from what happens around us." The young man frowned slightly, confused. "But what do you mean? How can you be happy when bad things happen?" The old lady leaned back, her eyes growing distant as if she was looking into the past. "Let me tell you a story from my own life," she began. "When I was young, I had a small family, a loving husband and beautiful children. We were not rich, but we were happy. One day, my husband fell ill. We didn't have enough money to buy medicine. We tried everything we could, but in the end, he passed away. It was the saddest day of my life. I cried for days, weeks, months. I truly believed that I would never be happy again. But then, one evening, I looked at my children, their innocent eyes filled with worry, and I realized something. If I remained sad forever, it would not bring my husband back. My children needed me. They needed a mother who could still smile, still give them hope. That night, I made a decision that I would try to be happy again." The young man listened carefully, his eyes fixed on her face. "But how did you do it?" he asked. The old lady smiled softly. "Every morning, when I wake up, I tell myself, today is a new day and I will find something to be happy about." She paused, letting her words sink in. "Some days are harder than others," she continued, "but I always find something, even if it is small. Maybe the sun is shining. Maybe a flower is blooming. Maybe I see a friend. There is always something to be thankful for." The young man thought for a moment. "But grandmother, what if something really bad happens? How can you still be happy then?" The old lady's smile faded a little, but her eyes remained calm. "It's not easy," she said slowly, "but I remind myself of this. Everything passes. Even the worst of times will not last forever. When bad things happen, I tell myself, this too will pass. I focus on the good things I still have, my health, my friends, or even just the fact that I am alive. Happiness is a choice. You can choose to focus on the bad things and stay sad, or you can choose to find the good things and be happy. It's not always easy, but it is always possible." The young man sat quietly for a while. Then he smiled. "Thank you, grandmother," he said. "I think I understand now." From that day on, he tried to follow her advice. Every morning, he looked for something good, no matter how small. Sometimes it was the laughter of a child, sometimes it was the gentle sound of rain, and sometimes it was just the fact that he had another day to live. And slowly, he noticed something. Even when things went wrong, his heart felt lighter. His days felt brighter, and his mind felt calmer. Word of the old lady's wisdom spread through the village. More and more people began to understand that happiness is not about what you have, or what happens to you. It is about how you choose to see life. The village became a happier place. People smiled more, helped each other more, and found joy in the little things. All thanks to one old lady, who had learned the greatest secret of all. That happiness is a choice that comes from within. Once upon a time in a bustling city, there lived a renowned doctor. He was highly skilled and well respected by everyone. Day and night, he dedicated himself to alleviating the suffering of others. Despite his busy schedule, he was always calm and composed. Even in the most hectic situations, he never appeared flustered or stressed. People often marveled at his composure and asked him the secret to his calmness amidst the chaos. After much thought, the wise doctor decided to share his secret with those who genuinely sought it. He began by saying, "In the vast expanse of life, there are countless situations that have the power to agitate our minds and disturb our inner peace. However, the true secret to remaining composed lies in shifting our focus from the constant changes around us to the unchanging reality within ourselves. External circumstances may fluctuate, but our inner essence remains constant. When we realize this, we discover the secret to enduring even the most challenging moments without losing our peace." A young man once sought the counsel of a wise hermit. He was troubled by frequent anger issues and wanted to learn how to control his temper. The hermit led him to a nearby lake and said, "Do you see that lake over there? Every time you become angry, I want you to come and fill up this bucket with water from the lake." The young man agreed, and whenever he felt anger rising within him, he would rush to the lake and fill the bucket with water. At first, the bucket was filled quickly and easily. But as the days passed and he continued to lose his temper, the task became more challenging. Eventually, he found himself taking longer and longer trips to the lake, struggling to carry the heavy bucket. Frustrated and out of breath, he returned to the hermit and exclaimed, "I can't do this anymore. It's too hard to control my anger and keep filling up this bucket." The wise hermit looked at him and said, "So long as you hold the bucket in your hands, your anger will continue to grow. Let go of the bucket and your anger will disappear." The young man hesitated, confused, and then slowly released the bucket. To his surprise, a sense of calm and tranquility washed over him. He understood that just like the bucket, his anger was only as powerful as he allowed it to be. By letting go of his attachment to his anger, he freed himself from its grip. And from that day on, he lived a much more peaceful life. If you like this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our wonderful stories. And for more such amazing stories, click on the video on the screen.